Alrighty, time for another Daily Kingdom. Looks like we've got Rising Sun and Cornucopia Guilds. More on the Rising Sun side. Landscapes are Kind Emperor and Practice. So I suppose the first question is, what activates Kind Emperor here? Poet is an omen, River Shrine is an omen, and I believe that's it. So after playing Poet and or River Shrine a total of 5 times between the two of you, Kind Emperor becomes active, and then this kingdom gets pretty darn strong pretty fast. But there's some good actions to gain. Mostly I have my eyes on Daimyo, which is one of the strongest cards in Dominion. Draw, you got Imperial Envoy, Rice Broker, Advisor, Poet, the second play of Aristocrat, or the sixth conceivably. Daimyo is draw. You Daimyo a cantrip. You use 2 cards, you draw 3 total cards. You're netting yourself draw that way. Villages are Plaza, Daimyo, once again Aristocrat, Trashing, River Shrine, Stonemason, but not really, it's not a very good trasher, and Rice Broker. And buys and gains. River Shrine, kinda. You can't really net gain things, so you have to not buy anything to get that effect. Craftsman as a gainer. Stonemason can gain things. Aristocrat and Imperial Envoy say plus buy. That is the hardest one to get to from Aristocrat, though, so probably wouldn't count on that one, but maybe. Practice. Is practice relevant here at all? Generally, this is much better with terminal payload cards that you want to play at the end of your turn, rather than terminal draw, for example. You wouldn't want to practice an Imperial Envoy because you draw 10 cards and you wouldn't be able to play them. Even treasures. Once you've bought something, you can't play treasures at that stage of your buy phase. So, for example, you could practice a Stonemason maybe to help on a pile out. Practicing a Craftsman, and it sounds okay. You'd be getting an extra 5 cost card for an extra 2 debt and an extra 3 money. So for 5. So you're not really saving money in that scenario, but maybe you're getting an extra gain earlier if you want that. Practice River Shrine maybe. Imagine if you open River Shrine Silver, and you collide those. You could play Silver, play Copper, practice the River Shrine. You still only trash 2 in that scenario because you only have 2 in your hand, but you would get double the gains off of it. That could be something. So maybe practice comes up. Not the most important thing, I don't think. Where is this going? There's a lot of stuff that looks really relevant. I think this kingdom gets pretty strong pretty quickly once Kind Emperor is active. And then with Daimyo, things get crazy pretty quickly. I think a Stonemason pileout is going to rise on the sooner side. Craftsman doesn't look amazing because the 5s don't look that important. Certainly you can play with Imperial Envoy. But with that much draw, I think the more difficult part is keeping enough payload in your deck. What's the payload here? Nothing great, actually. Yeah. I mean, Craftsman's a gainer, but it's gaining cards at kind of the wrong numbers, really. You could play a bunch of daimyo. You play 2 aristocrats, for example, then play a bunch of daimyos, then play a 3rd aristocrat. Yeah, and even if that's your 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th aristocrat play, you still have 3 aristocrats in play while resolving all of those. And so all of them would play for plus 3 coins, maybe? Yeah, I'm not really sure. I think payload actually seems like the most lacking thing here. Maybe you're gaining 5s and stonemasoning them down to 4s and then into silvers, and it's just like Imperial Envoys and silver. I don't know. I think payload's gonna be a limitation. I have the 2-5, so forget the whole River Shrine silver opening. I guess that's not happening. Yeah, I don't want to open with a Stonemason, that's for sure. If I were greedy and I had the 5-2, I could do River Shrine Daimyo. But I'm definitely not opening Daimyo turn 1 and then going into debt and buy nothing. So 2 options here seem like Rice Broker and River Shrine. River Shrine gotta be the better one. I'd rather trash the estates before the coppers. And Rice Broker is not very good at trashing estates. You get no bonus. So not an ideal split. Okay, so I didn't get to do the silver thing. Here I have the choice of just play this, trash 2, and gain a thing. Or I could play the 3 coppers, practice the River Shrine, just trash 1 card, but get an extra $4 gain out of that. I think I'm leaning towards doing that, actually. On account of I just said I think gains are on the more limited side. Or not gainers, payload. They just stuff in the deck that generates money. And I think I'm okay if I'm lower on trashing coppers. Oops. And higher on cards that draw me cards, and then I just draw through the coppers. I think that's more important than getting super thin here. Let's do this. And which fours do I want right now? I think Poet looks like the best draw card at the moment because my deck's still full of cheap cards, but that activates Kind Emperor super duper fast. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Not clear. There's probably a marginal first mover advantage to activating it early on your turn because you get the benefit immediately. The whole reason that at the start of your turn and when you remove the last sun part, the second half of that is there, just so there's not a disincentive to be the one who activates it. But I don't think that difference is huge here. I don't know if I want the kingdom to spiral out of control that fast or not. I don't know if that benefits me. But it's probably a better draw card at the moment than Advisor. I could get Plaza. I don't think I need Plazas very much right now. I think I'm just taking 2 Poets. Not sold on that, but that's what I'm doing. And then, now what? It's a shame you can't Stonemason overpay by 6 debt and gain 2 daimios in a Stonemason. You can overpay money and you can overpay potions. For example, if you had 4 money and a potion, you could overpay for 2 Scrying Fools. But this is one place where there's an asymmetry between debt costs and potion costs. You can't overpay in quantities of debt. Otherwise, 2 daimios here would actually look kind of lovely. Could just be 1 daimyo. Probably that's correct. It's hard to say no to daimyo. It's just such a strong card. It's going to be a free practice, is what it looks like. And yeah, I think I'm just going to click another one of those. Okay. Kind Emperor already active as of turn 6, or I guess as of turn 5 even. Activated at an awkward time for Hardbot, because it got to gain an Imperial Envoy in its buy phase, or not in its buy phase, but after using all of its actions in its action phase, and I can't do anything with it. So I think the answer is a second Daimyo, and I think I put all of them towards playing the River Shrine just for a ton of gains. Trash. 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 Okay. So Poet's starting to look a lot worse now, as I'm getting thin. I probably want stuff that gains me stuff. It feels so wrong to gain a naked, unadorned stonemason, but that might be the correct answer. I'm just wondering how to get things into my deck. And maybe the answer is take a craftsman and a stonemason and just go to town on gaining 5, stonemason down into 4s. New consideration. Is there a case to be made for just staying in debt forever? Like, what if I just forget the whole concept of money and just play with a bunch of craftsmen for gains, and then I don't have to care about the +2 debt or paying it off? That deck, I don't think there's any way that deck can ever gain provinces. But maybe it can 3-pile on duchies fast enough to make provinces irrelevant. It'd be nice if there's a gold gainer to stonemason into duchies. But do I think I could just blitz down the duchies really fast? And then I don't have to worry about the whole how do I get silvers and golds or whatever into my deck. There is some appeal to that. Daimyo's going to pile just off of Kind Emperor alone in a few turns. Although Daimyo's not going to pile for 3 more whole turns, and I have no way to gain additional Daimyos if I plan on staying in debt. But I could pile, I don't know, Craftsman, Duchy, Stonemason maybe? Unclear. I'm going to do it. I don't know if this is correct, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to take one of those, and then I think just some draw cards. I don't think I need a village right now, because Daimyo's a village effect functionally. Maybe I want a second craftsman. Maybe I do want a stonemason to gain additional craft. I don't know. Yeah, my deck is super thin. I'm going to take a stonemason. Another upside of not having any money is I always get gains off of the River Shrine because I'll never be buying anything. Resolve all of those. Okay, so Daimyo, Daimyo, Craftsman. I'm just going to gain a bunch of rice brokers, I guess. And then, or maybe, would I rather Daimyo the River Shrine and then just gain some 4s? The upside of that is I get to trash 1 extra card, which is not a huge deal. I think I prefer doing it this way. Maybe I'd rather lower the Imperial Envoys. I want this game to end soon. I'm not sure if this is going to be one of the piles, but if it is, I would certainly rather it be lower rather than higher. Okay, so now I'm going to trash you into plazas. I probably need a village effect here. Very much making this up as we go. I need 2 plazas. Maybe it's Aristocrat plus Stonemason. Those are cards that Poet can draw. Okay, that didn't quite work out, but I don't even need to worry about paying the debt from Imperial Envoy because I'm never paying it off. Okay, let's trash 2. And trash again to get 2 more advisors. Making my way down from 12 debt all the way to 11. I'll have this paid off in no time. I'm pretty sure I gain a Daimyo to hand here. I mean, looking at this starting hand, maybe I ought to gain an advisor. But I think if I take a 4th, I just want Daimyo. Daimyo's a good card. And if I take a 4th one, the odds I draw into a Poet or an advisor are close to 100%. Like that. There we go. Don't know what these bottom cards are. Probably just playing the Poet anyway. Okay, there's an advisor down there. Gotta gain some things. About some more Imperial Envoys. I need a village effect. Probably another village effect. You devil. I needed that plaza. No, my plazas are hiding. Well, we will improvise. Looks like I need more gains here. So another 2 stonemasons, I suppose. I understand what this deck does. Okay. Now I'm going to Daimyo a stonemason, trash a bunch more stuff. Oh, maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I need to play the Imperial Envoy to draw. Reconsider that line. What if I... Oops, that wasn't what I meant to do either. What if I double the stonemason, trash 1 of these into Imperial... Or trash 1 of these Imperial Envoys into an advisor, craftsman, or advisor, river shrine, trash the river shrine into craftsman, craftsman, Draw. I don't know what I'm doing. Probably need to get duchies soon-ish. I have 3 more terminal action plays and 4 more terminals on hand, so one of these has to gain a village, looks like. Decline. I guess you should probably gain a duchy, huh? Gotta watch out on points. Yeah, maybe I should just take a second duchy. These are low piles. Stonemason at 5 and Imperial Envoy at 2 and Daimyo at 2, which will be at 1. I should probably be a little bit extra cautious here. I wanted to play the River Shrine, but now I just want duchies, I think. Change my mind. The foolish bot left me a copper to pay off my debt with. I couldn't have played those 2 craftsmen anyway. Alright, please don't win, bot. I think if the bot doesn't win here, I will win. Looks like a dud to me. Alright, let's take the last Daimyo. Probably I just need to daimyo the villages. I have enough terminal action plays. Another village. Let's take some craftsmen. And 2 more craftsmen. I think this all checks out. Imperial Envoy, Daimyo, Craftsman. I don't think I have the 5 pile here. If I had money, I could buy practice on 5 pile, but I instead have 42 debt. 4 pile it is, I suppose. Yeah, close to stonemason pile out, but no cigar. Okay, that's a tricky kingdom. I think I like the stay in debt and rush the duchies plan. It is not easy to get enough provinces to make this not a threat. You'd have to have like 4 plus provinces to be safe points wise from 8 duchies plus some estates. And yeah, I think I'm pretty convinced. Getting money here is just cumbersome. Like you could stonemason 4s into silvers, and that's probably the best thing you can do. But like, why bother when you've got craftsman giving you debt, imperial envoy giving you debt, a daimyo bai giving you debt? Uh, just stay in debt till you die. What did the bot do? I didn't do a whole heck of a lot. Uh, this looks suspiciously like Imperial Envoy big money. A bunch of silk. Yeah, I don't know about that bot. I do remember getting like a weirdly early Imperial Envoy, right? Yeah, off of the turn 5 River Shrine resolution. It gained Imperial Envoy. Your deck has to be pretty thin by this point, right? Is that really the card you need going into next turn? I'm suspicious of that. Uh, huh. I don't think I quite believe in the bot's deck. Apparently, it was a little bit weaker than I gave credit for when I was trying to play around a pile out.